and the electrical shock. In this video, you and I will go through 3 types of electrical wiring in any homes and find out why knowing about this is quite important and how it can impact your insurance. Hi, Axel, Ziba here. I'm a real estate broker at eXp Realty with the mighty Align Group in Vancouver, BC. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, as we discussed, we're going to go through 3 types of electrical wiring, and we're going to discuss the pros and cons of each and whether they should be there at all. We're also going to discuss shortly about the voltage and what kind of amp a home requires. Number 1 of electrical wiring system that used to be used in every home, it was knob and tubing. Now, if you purchasing a home that was built prior to 1950, your alert ding 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 should go on and you should be investigating whether there are knob and tubing in that place. And the question comes in, how can you find out if there are knob and tube in that place? Well, your primary inspection as part of your due diligence should indicate if there are knob and tubing in your place. And consequently, if they even doubt and you cannot poke the wall to find out if there is, which necessarily they shouldn't, they're going to be prompt you to hire an electrician to come and check it out for you. But let's chat about knob and tubing and what it is. First and most, we have to say if the home has knob and tubing, it's not in imminent danger. However, we'll discuss later to find out why is it tougher and harder to obtain insurance, and in some cases, not even possible. You won't see any knob and tubing in your homes, but if you purchased your home prior to 1950, you want to go downstairs in your basement and look up to see if you see any evidence. If you notice any wiring going through any porcelain cylinder or tubes inserted in wooden joints, then you have knob and tube wiring. You can also see porcelain knobs which secures the wires and prevents the wires from touching the wood. These wires, they usually are insulated by rubberized fabric. So what are the differences between the modernized wiring with knob and tube? Okay, so number 1 is that there is no ground wire. These electrical wiring cannot accommodate any 3 prongs plugs, and it can be risk of a shock and a fire at any time. Number 2 different is that the black and white wires, they run separately. While you see in a modern electrical wiring, the black wires, the white wires, and ground wires, they all run together. And number 3 is the wire insulation. The modern wiring uses plastic as insulation, and knob and tube uses rubberized fabric. And because of that insulation, that is why knob and tube becomes mechanically more dangerous and needs to be replaced. But why is it tough or is it hard to get an insurance for your home when that home has knob and tube wiring? Well, inherently, knob and tube, it's not dangerous. It becomes dangerous when the insulation around it becomes aged and deteriorated. Or when a home handyman comes in and put insulation around those wires. Say what? They can't do that? No, because these wires, they tend to heat quite often. And when you put an insulation right on them, it causes fire. Knob and tube is the only wiring system that needs a space to cool. And any insulation surrounding it can cause serious issues. In fact, sometimes they call knob and tube open wiring. Let's talk about aluminum. This aluminum is the secondary way of electrical wiring. And if your home was constructed from 1965 to 1973, then your alert should go up, ding, 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 I may have aluminum wiring. But why is it a problem, or is it a problem? I'm going to read this from my notes. Aluminum house wiring problem in BC occurs when the wiring is not properly used or has not been properly installed with the right conductors or receptacles. So if the aluminum is installed okay, then is it dangerous? Well, the study shows that aluminum tends to oxidize. And the study also shows that there are 55 more times there may be fire hazard with the presence of aluminum. So as a result, the branch circuits in home using aluminum was banned. In fact, most insurance companies, they require an inspection safety before they can renew their homeowner insurance for older homes. 3. How do you know if you have an aluminum wiring? Look at the word aluminum or any acronym of it right on the wire itself. Make sure you have a safe access to the wire. By having an aluminum wire, there are some symptoms that you can tell that's caused by aluminum wire. 3. Electrical outlet that sparks or smoke. 3. Some or all receptacles, they do not work. 3. Static issues with TVs, computers, and radios. 3. Circuit breakers trip for no apparent reason. 3. And finally, an unusual odor around switches and outlets. 3. So you're asking me, no knob and tube, no aluminum. So what is the standard that is used today? And that is copper wiring. Study shows using copper can carry safely the maximum amount of voltage. Now, there is another question that comes up, and I definitely want to answer this one, and that's amps. In BC, most homes, they use 100 amps, but is that enough? With improvement on technology and having more appliances, adding a secondary fridge, or possibly if you want to squeeze that unauthorized suite down there, we don't know about that, and you want to put that extra fridge and dishwasher or even washer and dryer separately for your in-laws suite downstairs, then you definitely need more amps to accommodate further into your electricals. You also want to consider your heating system. If your heating system is relying on your electricity, then that is something that you need to upgrade your amp to 200 amps. And if you're witnessing your breaker keep going off, that means you do not have enough amp. Now, adding a jacuzzi, adding a hot tub, or adding more appliances, even adding an EV car charger, that could trigger your amp system. So make sure, based on your square footage of your home, based on the usage and an electrical appliance and anything within electricity that you're using, and a number of users, to adjust the amp of your home. Now, of course, I want you to know that I'm not an electrician. The information today was provided by an electrician professional, so I can share them with you. So you can put an alert when you're visiting older homes in order for you to maintain and get a better insurance. Hope you enjoyed the value of the information that was provided for you today. If you have, then make sure to like my video and subscribe to my channel for more information just like this one.